In this week's Signal Emitted, a new dev release, Wayland game embedding, Android XR support, free Tween guide, and of course there's our Creator Spotlight, Game of the Week and Tip of the Week. Welcome to Signal Emitted, your weekly news show for Godot related news. I'm Voylin, and the release candidate for 4.6 is getting very close. We are already sitting at dev release number 4, and with this release we have some nice new features again. So inverse kinematics for 3D skeletons, which is something quite difficult to get working right and also quite complicated to properly explain. So yeah, about that, have a look and read the notes of the dev release itself. But TLDR, we went from this to this. And then the project manager also got some great improvements. The UI navigation got improved, and now you can open projects in the File Explorer from the right click menu. And now you're also able to configure the editor settings from the project manager screen itself, which previously you only had a very limited amount of settings that you could adjust. So yeah, great improvements which make Godot better, and the build system now also has support for dedicated profilers. Of course, there are some more bug fixes and additions. But yeah, anyway, the feature freeze for 4.6 is getting closer and closer. But with the holidays coming up, yeah, we should not expect a full release by the end of this year. Maybe at late January. Anyway, before we go on to the Creator Spotlight, a big thank you to all my Ko-fi supporters. Without these amazing people, Signal Emitted, Gozen and other videos won't be possible. Thank you very much for your support. And let's continue with the Creator Spotlight. And for the Creator Spotlight, I bring to you GD Quests. This channel is quite popular and for good reason. There are a ton, like literal ton of very helpful tutorials on this channel, ranging from 2D to 3D game tutorials to more GD scripted focused tutorials. The list of videos goes on and on. This creator has been on the platform for over 10 years by now, so yeah, be certain to check out his channel. There will certainly be something that you might want to give a watch. And although this channel's content is more based on helping beginners, I'm certain that even if you're experienced with Godot, there will be something in his catalog of videos that might interest you and teach you something new about working with Godot. And as usual, there will be a link in the description. And anyway, let's go over to the other topics. On my journey through the PRs and issues of the Godot repo, I found this great PR which got merged recently. Wayland game embedding will become a thing in 4.6. This is only really going to be useful for people running Wayland on Linux. But since more and more people are moving over from X11, since Wayland is improving at a fast rate, there was a need to get this to work as well as it does on X11 and Windows. So yeah, this basically makes Godot on Wayland more feature complete, because it was kind of missing. And in other news, people who are making AR, VR games, Android XR support in Godot from day one was made possible thanks to the support of W4 Games. They made this possible through the Godot OpenXR vendor plugin version 4.2. And if you have an existing project that uses AR or VR, you'll be glad to know that you can effortlessly export your existing projects if they're Godot 4.5 or above to this new platform. So as part of this initiative, W4 Games will be making a donation to the Godot Foundation to ensure that Android XR support will be supported long term, and also to enhance Godot's OpenXR support in general. So right now, OpenXR users and Wayland users are probably happy, but let's go over to some more news that benefits everybody. So let's go over to Reddit, where the user Quackalol, I hope I pronounced that correctly, has made a free interactive Tween guide to experiment with and to learn more about Tween nodes. Tweens are quite important to make UI and general movements more smooth and more interactive feeling and less static, and also nicer to look at. This interactive guide is still being worked upon, but I would highly recommend you all to give it a try since it's quite an interesting tool. I've played around with it already and I kind of like it. It's a nice experience to use it. So great work to the developer. Thank you very much for making this free and available. And on a little side note, Godot is now being supported by ARM, the CPU like chip manufacturer. They recently became a new corporate gold supporter, which is great since the whole free and open source nature of the Godot engine needs to be funded somehow. With the holidays coming up, how about giving the Godot Foundation an early Christmas present? Let's go over to Game of the Week. And for Game of the Week, I have for you all Kingdoms of the Dump. This game got released this week with a lot of very positive reviews. This game got made by Rhodes Games and Dream Slot Games. Kingdoms of the Dump is a NES-styled JRPG game set in a fantasy world of garbage. Join Dustin Binsley, the trash can knight, as he travels across the 5.5 kingdoms of the dump, fight fearsome filthy foes, explore dungeons, and take on the Gremlin army to save the dump from an all-out war. This game is available on Steam, and as always there will be a link in the description for you to have a look. And up to tip of the week, have you run into this issue before? You want to run your game in the game tab, but since the project is set to run in full screen or maximized modes, you get this warning on the game window tab. How do you solve this? It says to set the editor setting, but looking in the project settings, there's no such setting. Well, what you do is you copy the paths and add .editor to the path. This will give you a new setting which will only be used by the editor during editor runtime and not by your exported project. Running it from the project now, we can see that the editor will be using this new created setting and your game window will launch. You can do this with basically all other settings, if you want for some reason to have them editor specific. This is something I only discovered last week, and yeah, if you have another tip that you think is worth sharing and that I have not mentioned yet, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to see if I can add it to the next episodes. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much to my Ko-fi supporters. Without their support, I could not keep making these weekly videos and my other videos and work on Gozen and do all the other stuff that I do. Thank you very, very much. Again, subscribe. This is a weekly news series with Godot related news, game dev related news. So click subscribe if you want to stay up to date. I'll see you all next week. Thanks for watching and have a nice weekend.